What's up YouTube? Today I found out this news and I had to do a video on it because it's so preposterous. Basically, you guys all know Facebook. It's actually a publicly traded company, which means people can choose to buy stock in it. And what that means is that people are buying little tiny pieces of the company, which is pretty much like buying the whole company, just a small portion of it. And that's pretty much how you value stock, based on what portion of the company you're getting for what price. And so if you're invested in Facebook, or you think Facebook has a great future as a business, well, first off, if you're a Facebook user, like the whole stigma behind it, it's kind of going downhill. Most of the people I know who they have a Facebook, but it's not as popular as it was once upon a time. But let's just get to the news. Basically, Facebook is it seems like it's buying a app. That's right, an app on the you guys know apps, right? They're on the iPhone and so forth. It's buying it for $19 billion, and it makes no sense because the potential for this app is nowhere. It's very clear it's nowhere. And it's not worth $19 billion for this app. So if you guys don't know what apps are, you've been living under a rock. But an app is basically, it's like a little sort of application you can buy or download for free, depending on if it's free or not, from the Apple iStore or sometimes Android phones. And then you can, download it onto your phone. So WhatsApp is this very popular application that pretty much lets you text message for free. Yay. However, it's gotten so popular to the point where it's gaining 1 million users per day. It seems like a lot, right? 450 million users already, right? Yay, seems like a lot, but here's the kicker. It makes $20 million in revenues per year, which is it's pure crap compared to the amount it's being paid for. $19 billion. You're gonna have to be working until the end of time to get back your $19 billion you just paid for this app. I guarantee you this is a horrid investment. It reminds me of the investment in broadcast.com that Yahoo made. Basically, there's this website called broadcast.com. Basically, they streamed radio, and yahoo.com bought that for a ridiculous amount of cash, several billion. And then it turned out broadcast.com it made nothing, and so they just threw a few $billion down the drain. And on top of that, the owner of broadcast.net.com, Mark Cuban, got rich, but Yahoo got nothing out of it except a little bit of profit and a few $1 billion down the drain. But this isn't just a couple billion. This is 19 billion. And people still don't understand how much this is. There's 1 million, there's 10 million, then there's 100 million, and then there's 1 billion. And this isn't just 1 billion that they're spending on this. This is $19 billion. Now here's the thing. Wall Street Journal, they posted a diagram showing you just how much 19 billion is, and this boggles my mind. So here's WhatsApp, which is literally just an application that they'll now have full control over, and they'll get roughly $20 million in revenue per year. And I say that with quotes because revenue doesn't mean money in your pocket. You have to deduct expenses from that first. So it's probably only God knows, $5 million. And then, sure, it's growing at 1 million per year, but most of those people are not they're not going to give that much money. So the growth isn't as big as you think. But okay, here's the face value comparison. So we got WhatsApp here that's going to be bought for $19 billion. Then we have, right under that, Publicis Groupe, which was bought for $17.6 billion in 2013. Now let's go down to some companies that you may have heard of on a better scale. We got here Motorola, which was the big, I think it's like a cell phone manufacturer or something like that. It sold for $12.9 billion. These are like legitimate companies that have manufacturing and so forth and all this stuff. And then we got WhatsApp here, which has like a fraction of the amount of employees. There's another diagram, I can't find it earlier, but it compared WhatsApp to other companies in terms of the face value that it's selling for, that's been sold for, 19 billion versus whatever else. And then it compared the amount of employees, and like WhatsApp, like literally it has like 20 employees. And I say that with quotes because I wouldn't even consider them employees. They're people who worked on an app that allows for free text messaging. And I think like you still have to be connected to the internet to use WhatsApp, I believe. Maybe I'm wrong. So it's pretty much like Google Voice, but it's like it's there. But the point is like I mean, it has like 20 employees, more so like 20 people who created this app, versus like all these applications that, or not applications, all these businesses which are selling for less than WhatsApp, like Harley Davidson, which is a very prominently well-known motorcycle business. Like they actually make motorcycles and they compete and they ship them out and they build the parts. They have to buy the parts and make them. It's not like WhatsApp, which is literally just like a freaking app that they're pretty much done coding, but every now and then they touch it up slightly. Harley Davidson, that whole company sold for a fraction of what WhatsApp sold for. The whole company, it was acquired recently, and Harley Davidson is an actual business with like thousands of employees. And there's a bunch of other comparisons. I can't find it now. I'm trying to find it on my computer right now, but like literally like it boggles my mind because like there's another one. Like I think it was it wasn't Sears, but it was another big one that sold for like only a couple billion, whereas WhatsApp selling for 19 billion. And that business had like legitimate, like it was a legitimate retail business. I think it was Gap or something, and it sold for like a couple billion, and it had like much more employees. But like I'll just leave it at that. Like that should tell you enough about how preposterous this is, and the fact that it's only making like 20 million per year, and like literally I feel like the people who decided to make this purchase were like brain dead. Like based on like the reasoning, like I've read briefly on these articles, it's like, oh yeah, we have a 450 million users of this app, and we're hoping that it will grow tremendously in the future and it will overtake all the Chinese competition. It's like, first off, you're probably not going to grow that much. You think you are, but it's a lot harder to compete out there. Second off, you're at like $20 million in revenue per year. Do you honestly think Facebook, that even if it grows at double per year, let's say it doubles per year, which never happens, even in the best of companies, even Microsoft, that's very hard to do. Let's say it doubles every year, which I highly doubt. I doubt it's even going to like grow slightly. But let's say it doubles. Like you would have to wait at least like 10 years to pay off that 19 billion. Okay, maybe not 10 years. Okay, doubling is a little harsh, but it's not going to double. It's not even going to get 10%, 20% returns consistently in terms of growth. I think it's just a horrible valuation on Facebook. I don't know what Mark Zuckerberg is doing. Maybe he's just like, he's given up. He's like, I've made so much money on Facebook. We have hundreds of billions of dollars. Why don't we just throw it out at stuff that costs, probably should cost $10 million, but let's acquire it for 10,000 times that. So it makes literally no sense. And that's all I gotta say. As always, like, favorite, comment, and subscribe. And I will leave the I'm gonna leave the articles mentioned in the description below. I'll see you guys later. And this actually spurred me to do a video. I have a lineup of videos I've already recorded that are scheduled for the future, but this one I decided to upload immediately after I found out about it today, because of my interest in this topic. See you guys later. Peace.